Previously from the Hood Blogger.
While they was working with Jay Brown, one of the songs was All I Need, which we ended up knowing to be Jay-Z song, you know, talking about like on a Blueprint, which ended up being major, you know what I'm saying? And when it came to Hov just pretty much sped the beat up, you know, but he kept the title the same and everything. And that, I believe, was supposed to be like their second single. SV TWIZZ, the Hood Blogger. You already know how I carry it. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content. I appreciate y'all. Salute to the new subs, man. I see y'all. The channel is growing. Me being a man of my word, I don't know if y'all heard in the previous video, I already told y'all when we hit 20K what's going to happen. And for those of y'all that didn't catch it is, you know, we're going to give out a cash giveaway on the channel. And how we going to carry it, I need y'all to listen to these details. This is how we gonna carry it. So I got another channel, the Hood Blogger Live. I'm gonna have I'm gonna pin the link to the channel in the top of the comments, and it's also gonna be in the description. Now, what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to sub to that channel. That is the secondary channel, and what's gonna be offered on that channel is nothing but raw and uncut lives. We gonna have rappers pulling up on there. Any one of the you know, members of the family, if y'all want to pull up on there and talk about topics, we gonna run it on that live. That live is basically, that channel is strictly for lives where it's not gonna be no restrictions on nothing. Y'all know YouTube be playing, you know, they get real crafty and all that. So it's gonna be a raw and uncut live channel. You know, we gonna say, and you know, it's pretty much an uncensored channel. So whatever happen, if that channel, if they, you know, if they choose to do it dirty, then it's just it's a throwaway anyway. But I need y'all to sub to that channel because the giveaway is going to be on that channel. I need y'all to keep an eye out, stay in the community section, and we can, you know, everybody, I guess we're going to agree to the night that we're going to do this giveaway. And you know, the giveaway is going to be given out on live to somebody that's in that live at that time. So that's why I need y'all to sub to that and hit that notification bell on that channel. Like I said, you know, it's going to be uncensored lives on that channel. And any giveaways or anything, we're going to do it live in real time. But now it's time to just get into the story. But once again, thank y'all. You know, we hit 20K. Now we on the road to 30. But let's get into the story. When I say this, the wildest Brinks trucks, jukes, and Philly history, let's be clear. We know it go down all around the world. And for those of y'all from Philly, y'all know it go down. These Brinks trucks, John's been going on. There's plenty of wild stories. But, you know, it's subjective of, you know, which one is the wildest. But what I will say is, this joint is wild because not only did they actually get away with a nice amount of cash, but they actually got a tap on the wrist, bro, after, you know, they ended up getting indicted for this joint. But I'm gonna get straight into the story. You know, we going straight to the paperwork and all that. You know, they talk about the two men from Philadelphia indicted for the brazen jukes of the armored truck and shootout in University City. For those of y'all that don't know, University City, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's real busy out there. You got the, you know, the colleges, a bunch of like little different, you know, doctor offices, and it's like a real active area. Like it's damn near as active as downtown. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know, the West Philly side of downtown. For me to break it down as clear as I can. You know, right around the corner from that, you already know, you know, the distance of, you know, the gutter in West Philly and all of that. You know, y'all know that distance, so.
That's straight ahead, but we begin with that armored car robbery in University City that sent bullets flying. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Natasha Brown in for Jessica today. Let's get right out to our Shantae Lands with more on what happened at that scene. Shantae.
Yeah, this is 36th Street and Market. It remains closed because this is still considered a crime scene here. The FBI is on scene outside of PNC Bank. That armored truck has since been removed as they continue to investigate and search for the suspects.
You just see all the cops zooming and running in and everything. It was very scary, a scary Thursday.
Chopper 3 was over a chaotic scene at 36th and Market Streets in University City moments after a brazen attempted robbery.
I was I'm working up the site, I'm doing construction inspection, and next thing I know, I hear gunshots.
Philadelphia police say just before 10 a.m., two masked gunmen tried to rob two security guards from a Garda armored truck. They were trying to make a cash drop at a PNC Bank's ATM.
At that point, as he dropped the bag in order to turn it over to them, his partner did turn and discharge his firearm in their direction.
Police say both guards shot at the two suspects. It's not clear if the suspects fired back, but police say one ran away. The other hopped into a maroon SUV that sped off. Many living and working in the area heard multiple gunshots and ducked for cover.
Just hearing the gunshots, it was like when you heard the first two, it was like, are those firecrackers? And then when you heard more, it was like, no, like get down, protect yourself.
I've never experienced anything like this with the shooting so close to where I work, so I'm a little scary.
Police say the suspects dropped both bags of money, a gun, and ammunition. Eyewitness news cameras were rolling on the 3600 block of Pearl Street, just a few blocks away, when police discovered a maroon Chevy Trailblazer. It had broken glass and bullet holes. Police and the FBI are investigating to determine if the SUV was the getaway vehicle.
We have a lot of video at this location. We have Drexel, we have Penn, we have private cameras that we are now viewing.
United States Attorney William M. McSwain announced that Jerry Collins, 40 years old, and Tyree Lamont Holmes, 28, both of Philadelphia, PA, were indicted for the armed robbery of the Garda armored truck on 3500 block of Market Street in University City section, the section of West Philly, just over a year ago. According to the indictment, August 1st, 2019, at approximately 10 a.m., Holmes and the second unidentified suspect, both wearing masks and gloves, one armed with a loaded Glock 17 automatic handgun and the other loaded with an assault rifle with an attached drum-style magazine, exited the Trailblazer that was parked behind a Garda armored truck. As one of the guards removed three black bags of cash containing a total of $434,000 in cash, Holmes and his accomplice approached the guard, pointing their ratchets at him, and announced the robbery while Collins waited in the driver's seat of the getaway vehicle. The Trailblazer, Holmes allegedly grabbed the bags of money and attempted to get back into the vehicle when two guards drew their firearms and began shooting at the fleeing robbers, who fired back. During the shootout, Holmes dropped the bag of money on the ground and fled on foot, while the second robber got into the Trailblazer with Collins and fled the scene. Now, if y'all heard, they was trying to make it like, you know, at the end of the day, the guards was chopping on them in the process of the robbery. I don't know if, you know, they get special rights as far as them being armed guards, but from my understanding, any gun owners out there, let me know. I think that, you know, like once a person, if they rob you with something, if they back turn, they getting away, I believe you don't got the right to chop them down, license or no license. It's like somebody running in your crib and they hit your crib. From what I heard, if that person get out that crib and they like going down your steps, once they get out that door and they back is turned, you don't got the right to air at them. Now, I don't think that, you know, if we going to take it, you know, from that angle, that they shouldn't even have been chopping on them, because they was already getting in their car. So they tried to make it like, you know, when they was coming up to take the money, that they came up and they start chopping first. No, that wasn't the case. They was already getting to the car. And I thought that the guy had the bread, but he dropped those bags of money. Bad John. Collins was arrested by the FBI August 7th, 2020. Holmes was arrested by the Philadelphia Police Department on February 18th, 2020. Both defendants were indicted for conspiracy to commit Hobbs Act robbery which interfered with interstate commerce, and using, carrying, and brandishing a firearm during in a relation to a crime of violence. Holmes is detained pending trial. The government was moved to detain Collins as well, who will appear in federal court tomorrow for his detention hearing tomorrow, August 11th, 2020. This was a risky armed robbery carried out on the dense and active block in University City. Michael J. Drillschool, super agent in charge of the FBI's Philadelphia division. The robbery crew showed up armed to the teeth to accost Garda personnel, prompting a barrage of gunfire. Holmes and Collins and their accomplices put countless innocent people in danger by allegedly planning and carrying this out in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? It's imperative all involved are held accountable, both to keep them off the street and message to anyone else who may contemplate such a dangerous assault in our community. Now, what their situation is, it's crazy because it says each defendant faces a maximum term of life imprisonment with a mandatory minimum term of 7 years imprisonment without the possibility of parole, up to 5 years of supervised release, and a $750,000 fine. So the fine was damn near double of what they tried to take in the first place. At the end of the day, they're the ones that ended up getting robbed. Committing a violent crime in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania carries a tremendous risk of a long prison sentence, which is the message of the office, you know what I'm saying, new anti-violence public awareness campaign. Now, what I want to say and speak on that, I believe I already said they got a tap on the wrist. What did they ended up getting sentenced to? From what I saw, they ended up getting 10 years. You know what I mean? 10 years for that. And on top of that, it's crazy because, you know, it was weapons being discharged on the streets. Is it that they looked deep into the situation and saw that really they was already in their car, getting to their car, trying to enter into the getaway vehicle when those armored trucks guys start trying to chop on them? They was already a nice distance. The guy partners start letting it loose in broad daylight, and it was citizens out there that y'all would clearly be able to see on the video. You know, I might post the actual video. I might put it in the doggone description if y'all want to see exactly what happened. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm allowed, but it is on YouTube if y'all want to look it up. I just can't put it on the video because y'all know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. But at the end of the day, I couldn't really find, they didn't release the suspects' pictures. You know what I'm talking about. The only joints they got is when they had their shiesties on, when they was actually committing the joint and all of that. But they got a dime. Yeah, and you know, for those of y'all that's out there crashing out, I don't promote, you know, crime and all of that. I promote, you know, staying out the way. You know, live that life. Glad to be out of it now. You know what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody got time to be, you know, in their 30s and all of that and got to be dealing with, you know, looking over their shoulder. You know, salute to the guys that, you know, still feel as though they got to do what they got to do. I understand it, but what I will say is for the guys that's out there and y'all hitting them Dunkin' Donuts and all that, gas stations, and y'all getting 10, 15 years for that, you know what I'm talking about, and sometimes more time, especially if somebody get tagged out that joint, you know, you got to do better, man. You see, you at the end of the day, they went for that bag for real. You know, I come from the era where, you know, we said go hard or go home. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in harm's way and go all reckless to get, you know, to get $3,500. If y'all gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Go for real. You know what I'm talking about? But I you know, for the youngins watching, don't go at all. You dig what I'm saying? Just stay out the way and enjoy life, man. There's too many other ways to get it. But like I said, SV TWIZZ, the Hood Blogger. Make sure y'all sub to the Hood Blogger Live, man. Y'all want to catch that giveaway. And if y'all not receiving the notifications, y'all might have to unsub and sub back, or y'all might have to turn y'all notifications off from the channel and reactivate the notifications, because YouTube be crafty, especially for, you know, these you know, the grimier channels like mine. You dig what I'm talking about? You know, they try to mess the algorithm up a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. But I need y'all to stay sub, you know what I'm saying, stay focused, but make sure y'all stay tuned to that community, because I'm going to do a poll, because I want everybody that's a part of the channel. We're going to pick a date and the time to where we're going to run that live stream, you know, for that cash giveaway that we're going to give out in real time on live at the Hood Blogger Live. So, like I said, sub to that channel and make sure your notifications on for this joint. But that's all I got, man. Drop a comment below, show some love, man. Hit that like button and all that. SV TWIZZ Hood Blogger.